What was interesting after I shot that scene in particular was that both men and women on the set came to me and kind of held my hand and went, wow, that really touched me.
I left Full House and I went to college and I got a master's degree and I got married and I interned for the United Nations.
It's not Wolverine the musical.
Okay.
It's not that.
Not yet.
But you haven't.
In a way, she's like my alter ego. You know, it's like, oh, I think that, but I would never say it. Vicky thinks it and says it.
Goes ahead and says it.
Yeah, and that's always so much fun. I just relish in that.
And this, although it's a lot of fun, it's kind of a dark comedy, it does tackle some kind of serious issues.
Yes.
Eating disorder, bullying, things like that.
Yes.
Things that I think will hit home for a lot of people.
It does. You know, it's on the outside, that pageant world, it seems kind of light and fluffy. But our series delves into the grittier part of it all, and the idea of perfection, especially in the world we live in today. It was a wonderful journey for me to take on this character.
There's a very striking scene where your character has a moment of binge eating, and I was reading in some of the notes that, you know, you said you grew up as a dancer. Like, you could really connect to that need and that feeling that you have to be perfect and you have to look a certain way.
I was I was a dancer. So if you spend that much time, you know, in front of a mirror, you're for sure going to find something wrong with yourself. But what was interesting after I shot that scene in particular was that both men and women on the set came to me and kind of held my hand and went, wow, that really touched me.
Andrea, Barber, thank you for being here. Good morning.
That's the first time I saw
Good morning.
That's so great.
After all these years, I'm glad you guys finally became friends because I was worried about that.
But it's been a 30-year frenemy-ship, that's for sure.
And then, sure enough, now it takes you to being the surrogate for Stephanie and your
brother
Kimmy's
Jimmy.
brother, Jimmy's baby.
Yes.
A little complicated, but...
Well, it was a little difficult to describe to the Lamaze instructor who was the daddy and who was the coach and who was the mom and who was the surrogate, but it all worked out in the end.
But it is fun to see how it all kind of comes full circle, to be frenemies for 30 years and now to be helping her in this way.
Oh, it's very heartwarming, and I love Jodie, who plays Stephanie. We are really good friends in real life.
I don't think a lot of folks realize that you walked away from acting for 20 years. You were gone for 2 decades. You were a child actor, very successful, and then you sort of disappeared until the reboot. What were you doing in that 20-year span?
That's a question I get a lot, actually. People are like, where did she go? And the truth of it is that I left Full House and I went to college and I got a master's degree and I got married and I interned for the United Nations in Geneva, Switzerland.
Doing global diplomacy after being Kimmy Gibbler is no big deal.
A lot of people are surprised to learn that I'm a little smarter than Kimmy Gibbler in real life. But yeah, a lot of people are like, what happened during those lost years? And so I'm actually writing a book as we speak about my time as a child actor and what I did for those 20 years, which includes going through some heavy postpartum depression and anxiety, and talking about some dark times and some heavy topics.
What was it like to live with, from age 10, the character of Kimmy Gibbler being so different, honestly, from who you really are?
Well, it was a little difficult as a teenager because I was literally spending my awkward formative years on camera in front of millions of Americans. And on top of that, I had to play Kimmy Gibbler, who wore some, you know, not the most popular clothing, some awkward fashion there.
I thought Kimmy was pretty cool, for the record.
Also, for the record, she's not the only child actor sitting on this couch right now.
Oh, come on.
Did you know, I don't know if you knew this, 1993, a young Jacob Sobroff, also on Full House.
No!
I didn't have a speaking part. Wait a minute. I didn't have a speaking part. Hold on. Hold on.
That's
not me. No, that's Mary Kate or Ashley. There's Bob Saget. There you go.
Look at that!
What could Hugh do next? There can't be something you've not done at this point, but...
It's not Wolverine the musical.
Okay.
It's not that.
Not yet.
But you have a special announcement.
Yes.
I am doing a big arena tour. This is a dream come true for me. I've done it in Australia, but now I'm going to go around the world. I'm going to cities all over America. We're going to Europe. We're going to the UK. We're going back to Australia and New Zealand.
You're a rock star.
I'm singing. I'm dancing. I'm telling stories.
So this is a one-man show?
With about a 26-piece orchestra and about 30 singers and dancers and all of that. But it is. It's sort of like I'm on the back 9 of my life now, and this is about the front 9, the best parts of the front 9. So I'm going to sing stuff from Greatest Showman, from Les Mis, from stuff I've done on Broadway, Boy from Oz, or stuff that I auditioned for that I didn't get cast for.
Is there storytelling throughout it?
Yeah, I'm going to tell stories, and I don't know about you guys, I love going to a concert when I feel something happens that night that could only happen that night.
Yes.
So I try to keep it loose. I have special guests, Kiala Settle, who was the bearded lady in The Greatest Showman. She's going to come and do a bunch of them. I'm just going to have a party.
You're playing like big arenas, like the Garden. How do you...
Madison Square Garden.
I know. How do you make that feel intimate when it's something that big? What do you do?
Yeah, I mean, I think whether it's 300 people, 3,000 or 13,000, you have to feel, it has to feel like a celebration, and you have to connect. I always, first thing I ever do when I walk out on stage, I do this, because that is where I look at my wife, I look at my wife's eyes, and that grounds me, and then I basically treat whether you're at the back or whether you're at the front, this is a night where something's going to happen that can only happen there.
How did you pick the songs, whether a couple from Les Mis or Greatest Showman? How did you pick the set list, if you will?
It's really self-indulgent. And I do my favourite song. And you'll all sit through it. Is that wrong?
Yeah, that's perfect.
No, I try to do a huge variety. You know, obviously Greatest Showman is very popular around the world, but I want to do Les Mis. I want to do stuff from other shows that I've done. It's a mixed bag.